League of Hashinshin.
What is League of Hashinshin? There's another YouTube channel that just posts my shit. If he had gone with a Sunfire, Frozen Heart, adaptive build, he would be so tanky and basically be doing the same damage. I think a lot of players just don't... I think a lot of players haven't picked up on that. Tank builds right now basically end up doing the same damage. Not entirely, but on tanks who typically have armor, MR, health type ratios. Like, let's say you have Landry's Torment, right? What is that? 75 AP? So his entire kit has 0.8, 0.8, 1.6, 2.4. 2.4 AP ratio. So let's run that through the old calculator. So 180. Landry's Torment would add 180 more damage to Malphite's combo. So Sunfire alone is probably going to add about 80-ish. About 80. Maybe less. Maybe 70, 80. Somewhere around there, you know? Then you've got the tick of Sunfire, which is going to equal about, not totally, but it'll about equal the Landry tick. And then you're going to have lower cooldowns. So really, what are you losing? Shoot, what was I going to say? So, okay, end result. Landry's Torment adds 180 damage to your combo. Then the 10% damage after 5 seconds. Then the health damage. Now, the health damage is 25 per 1000 HP. So let's say 50. So Sunfire tick isn't far off. So how much damage are you really giving up? There's your question. How much damage are you really giving up? So let's say the Sunfire is going to add 80. Well, I mean, fuck it. Let's just say 70 because I don't know. Then you've got 40% your armor. So that's about 24. It'll be 55. So that'll be about, I'll say 30. 30 damage on your W and your E from your armor. So that'll be about 30 from the Sunfire. So 80. And then you're tankier. Much tankier. When you think about it, you're giving up a total of 80 damage on your burst combo. That's it. 80 on Malphite. And that's me mathing this shit out. Now, granted, okay, you are gaining the 10%. There. You're gaining the 10% damage after 5 seconds, but that's not part of your burst combo. So 80. That's it. Just 80. You're losing 80 damage to get Landry's Torment instead of Sunfire. Now, Sunfire will tick for slightly less damage than Landry's Torment does on the dot. Slightly less. Sunfire isn't going to buff your next combo because you actually need to do Immobilize, which you only have on your Malphite ult. A huge chunk of the damage that you were getting from Landry's came from your ult AP ratio anyway. For the amount of tankiness you're getting, you are barely giving up much damage. You also have better wave clear. You're also going to die less. So, you know, you'll probably actually have more gold in the end because you will be dead less. Huh. Okay. Cool. So we're buffing Graves again, right? He wasn't good enough. This makes 6 buffs in a row. Shit, is my wave pushing? God damn it. For real? And of course, because he's chain ganking me, he's now out leveling me, which makes sense, don't think about it. What is it with Riot and buffing the late game carries until they're good early game, and then they become a disaster and hard to balance? I feel like I've seen this happen a lot. Like a lot. Riot goes, oh wow, that late game carry isn't good early game. We should buff them. Okay. I should have just gone cloth armor. I mean, I'm against Graves anyway, right? What do I always say? If I can at least get to level 5 with Aatrox, I'm fine. It's those games where shit happens way too often before level 5. Those are the games where it starts being really hard to play Aatrox. I mean, did anyone check how much armor Graves had before I died? It was probably pointless to attack him. Okay. League of Legends is a fun game. I like it. I like League of Legends. I like it when Graves can literally just AFK mid the entire game, but also maintain level parity, because for some reason we decided to buff the experience gain of jungle so that jungle can AFK on lanes while out-leveling the lanes, because somehow someone decided this was a good idea, that the most powerful lane in the game just wasn't strong enough. They just weren't dominating the game hard and fast enough. They had to be buffed. I can't possibly defend this shit. Yeah, see, that guy gets it. Jungle is as powerful as the laners. Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? That's kind of the whole problem, isn't it? They're as powerful as our laners while spam ganking the entire game, thereby making them more important and more powerful for literally no drawback. Because apparently, this is a thing that is considered good gameplay. Okay, if late game junglers were better, you would just have late game junglers that spam gank. Would you rather win the game or not? You know, like that's what it boils down to. Would you rather win the game or not? You guys are acting like, oh, we'll stop the junglers by making jungle XP so good they can get level 18 while you're level 1. Like that's the way we'll do it. How does that make any sense? So, it's not that jungle is giving too much experience while also they can spam gank at the same time. It's that we need to make the jungle even more overpowered and then they'll stop spam ganking. That's like trickle-down economics except for League of Legends. We just need to keep giving more experience to the jungle and eventually they'll stop spam ganking. Why? Literally no reason that I can think of other than they want to. Because jungle farming isn't rewarding as much as ganking. Okay. Do you realize the problem though? If you fall behind in a lane, you're fucked. If you fall behind in the jungle, who gives a shit? It's the jungle. If I could spend all game spam ganking and still be on par with levels, why would I not? But I can't. Because if I did that, I would, shockingly, fall off in levels, which would seriously and drastically impact my ability to lane. That's the whole issue. That's the problem. Wait, how did they get Cloud Dragon while two-man ganking me? Can you imagine a world where Graves couldn't do this? He couldn't just spam gank the entire game while keeping up in levels? Because there was like a penalty, a drawback, literally anything? Please, dear fucking lord, nerf Chonko.